Hey guys, this is Gus69 from Metal Open Mind Brazil. Today with a contest entry for Matt at the Accusation Network channel, A Tale of 8 Records, inspired by Kiss. Check it out.
Seat you upon the throne. Wild on fire.
Spells and Incantations, the best of Sacred Oath, heavy metal band from Connecticut, USA. This is a double LP compilation with songs from their first 4 studio albums. There is a live track and also 2 bonus tracks exclusive to this release. I bought these 2 years ago at Rasputin Records in San Francisco, and I paid only $2, and the album was on shrink. Good stuff. If you like Queensryche, they have a style that evolved to a trashier sound, but good stuff. And they have upcoming release for next April, and that will be their 8th studio album, Sacred Oath. I am from Brazil, a tropical country where temperatures can go high as 40 degrees in the summer here in São Paulo, where I live. But I decided to go back to 85 to remember the first edition of Rock in Rio Festival. I was 15 years old and I went with my family to Rio de Janeiro on vacation. We couldn't afford to go every day of the festival, so we bought tickets to 3 days with days off in between. I was the only one interested on the heavy metal nights. Whitesnake, Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Scorpions and Ozzy Osbourne were playing. And I knew nobody to go with me. Anyway, on January 18th, I was among 250,000 people watching a great performance by Freddie Mercury and Queen on one of the hottest and unforgettable nights of my life.
An eye for an eye, an eye for an eye. Law of the land, law of the land. Neighborhood crime, in the underworld, the underworld.
The Underworld by Evil Dead, the second studio album by this thrash metal band from LA, released originally in '91 and exclusively reissued on vinyl here in Brazil by Metal Maximus in 2014. As you can see, there are 4 guys, evil looking businessmen, all dressed up in the album cover art. Good stuff, and the band is back. They released a new album, the 3rd one, last year. Check it out. After the Rock in Rio experience, I decided to learn to play drums, and 2 years later I was already playing in a heavy metal band called Ranger. I remember that we recorded our first demo tape in '87, and we decided to dress up a little bit for our band photo shoot. I was wearing black velvet pants with red and black striped white socks over the pants and black sneakers. I sleeved and torn red shirt that could see through a black DRI shirt underneath. To complete the ridiculous outfit, I was wearing red and black strips on my arms and fingerless leather gloves. Can you picture that? No? Here goes a photo to prove it. Século Sinistro by Diporon, the 30th studio album released in 2014 by this punk hardcore crossover metal institution from Brazil. The opening track is Conflito Violento, which means violent conflict, which is portrayed in this revolt or revolution going on in the city. So that's my pick, Ratos Diporon. Well, my tale of destruction is actually an unfortunate accident that happened last year after I moved to where I am living now. Actually, right there. One day I was sitting on my 5 wheels office chair working on my expensive 4K Retina iMac placed on top of a small wooden table when I decided to lift up my legs. Then suddenly the chair fell back and I tumbled down. The chair arm got stuck under the table, dropping everything else on the floor. The music was still playing on the computer, but when I placed it back, I saw the big crack on top right of the screen, plus several minor cracks all over the screen. But luckily, the computer didn't broke with the fall, and I am still managing to work with it besides the damages.
We are the wrecking crew. We're wrecking that. Wrecking crew. Get wrecked. Our wrecking crew.
Taking Over by Overkill, 87 release, second studio album by this thrash metal band from New York. Got this as a contest prize from Aaron Muta Alamari channel. Thank you, bro. I don't like guns, but I have a little story about both, a gun and a girl. I am a father of 2 young adult girls, but I would never do what I am about to tell you. During my fresh years in college, I started dating a girl that was 5 years younger than me. I really liked her, and one day she asked me to meet her father. I said, okay, no problem, and we set a meeting. Her father had a busy and complicated life, but he managed to meet me. After shaking hands, he pulled a gun from his pants and put it on top of the table in front of me. Then he asked me my intentions with her daughter. I was shocked, but without hesitating, I just told him the truth. He trusted me and left the room with his gun. From that day and on, I learned to stay away from trouble by choosing independent and adult women. Berlin by Cadaver, third studio album by this German power trio, very good stuff. I got these on a Nuclear Blast Black Friday sale. I paid on $10. It's a gatefold double album and has cutouts that reveals different images from the inner sleeves when you change the positions like this. Very good stuff. Like I said, hard and heavy. They have like a Nyoben flavor on vocals. Very good stuff from Germany, Cadaver. Well, we don't celebrate Halloween here in Brazil. We have Carnival, of course, but I never fancied to dress for these parties. Mostly because I don't like samba. Anyway, there is something that I did in the past that might work. In 2007, the wife of a friend asked me if I would be interested to participate in a cast for a TV commercial. Once I was in need of some extra money, I accepted the challenge. When I get there, I was told that I was going to play the devil character in a fight against an angel. I didn't have any acting experience, but I thought that wouldn't be hard to play the devil. They painted my body with red tint, with some black strokes to delineate my body, and then they glued a couple of horns in my forehead. It was kind of cool to play the devil for a day, but the makeup artist had to leave early and asked me if it was okay to go home like that for a bath. I agreed, and it was priceless to see the people in the streets watching me drive home like that. Here goes a photo to prove it.
For the devil sends the beast with wrath.
Guerrina by Labirinto, double LP set released by Pelagic Records in 2016. Very good post-rock metal instrumental band from São Paulo, Brazil. They use a lot of synthesizers to create sinister atmospheres. Very good stuff. And as you can see, there is a figure, might be a mythical creature lurking in the shadows. Very good stuff from Brazil. Labirinto. I lived in Portugal from 1991 to 2004, and I made a lot of friends outside the rock metal world. I remember one Friday night to be invited to a rave party held by some British nuts in a public place not too far from where I lived. One of my friends knew that they would sell ecstasy, which was the trendy drug in the late 90s, and he offered to buy some for everyone. I was not familiar with that drug, and I remember splitting a piece with a friend, but nothing seems to happen afterwards. My friend thought he was mistaken and went back to talk to the dealer. Then he got back and said that the ecstasy sold out and he had bought some acid pills. Again, I split one piece with a friend and took it in the top of the previous ecstasy. To make a long story short, I had to work on Saturday morning and I didn't sleep at all. I remember getting home and trying to calm down. Put some Kenny G to play, the most easy listening album I could find, and went to take a shower. By my surprise, I was still listening to the electronic boom, boom, boom while listening to Kenny G. It was like the rave party was moved to my apartment. My one and only psychedelic experience that seems to only serve the purpose of this story almost 30 years later. Night of the Blade by Tokyo Blade, 84 release, second full studio album by this classic new album band from England. Got this as VCLT again from Aaron Musa Alamer. Good stuff. Why this has anything related to insanity? Nothing, of course, nothing. But there is a song in here called Shadows of Insanity but it's not on this version, on the vinyl, but on the CD he issued, remastered, with a lot of bonus tracks. And this song, which is a song available previously on a 12-inch EP or demo, something like that, and also in some compilations, and they added to the CD release of this album from 2019. So there are, I think, 8 or 9 bonus tracks. Shadows of Insanity by Tokyo Blade. Well, I met many crazy dudes in my life, but no one that I could call as a close friend. To tell a short story related to music, back when I decided to sell my collection, I was living in Portugal, and I remember a tall blonde guy that I used to meet in a flea market in Lisbon. He always carried a big machete while browsing my stuff. The good thing is that he always ended up buying some of my records, but I never dared to refuse him a discount. Glorious Death by Grey Wolf, another Brazilian band, heavy metal band, with lots of Iron Maiden influences, but with harsh vocals. Fabio is the mastermind. He is the bass player and singer of this project. Very good bass lines, by the way, good stuff. If you like heavy metal traditional way, inspired by Conan the Barbarian and epic battles, things like that. Lots of revenge, of course. This is a gatefold album, very good stuff. Brazilian band, heavy metal. I wish I could tell a great revenge story, but I feel that when something bad happens to me, it's because I deserve it in some mysterious way. It's like the universe is trying to say to me that I need to improve or change something on my behavior about things or people. I also think a lot before doing something that I may regret. I believe that you always get what you give. Anyway, when you are young and restless, you may do things in the heat of the moment. And I remember one time that I was sleeping in the afternoon and I woke up with all my nails painted red, from my hand to my toes. I didn't know who had done that to me, but then a neighbor friend knocked the door calling for me. I opened the door to see him laughing at me, and I didn't think twice. My apartment was in the 4th floor, and I pushed him down through the stairway, calling him names with a fury that I wasn't aware I had on me. It could have been worse, but he survived the fall, and I never saw him again in my life. Well, this ends my tale of 8 albums inspired by Kiss, the greatest band in the world. Right, Matt? If you don't know the Accusation Network, please go there and subscribe. I'll leave the link in the description box down below. Matt has took the vinyl community by storm and is doing an amazing job on his channel. 2,000 subscribers already. What a great milestone in such a short time period. Matt, congratulations again. Your channel is awesome. I love your content and you are doing great. Please keep it up. Cheers from Brazil. I'm Gus69, your open-minded new friend.